Hello everyone. I've got a thumping headache and I'm really light sensitive today, so hence the shades. I'm not trying a new look, it just is necessary. Anyway, I wanted to come on and talk to you about something that I don't think I've ever actually said before. It's because it's so rare. But basically, it's the golden five for medical professionals, whether it's a doctor or a nurse or whatever. The golden five. It's my rule. I've only ever had it once prior to today, but today I went to visit a doctor, just a GP, and he had the golden five. It's like, oh. Unfortunately, he's only filling in for my other GP, which is a shame because I kind of want to keep him. But anyway, the golden five is the person listens, obviously, listens, asks questions, answers questions, researches, and thinks. And if they do that, then they're treating you like a human being. So that's quite good. But it's a really, really rare thing to have, particularly if you have a chronic illness. Particularly if you have ME. ME is very much, you don't get the golden five very often. But it was just so wonderful because I went in for something and it was a bit like, I'm not sure that you can actually do anything about this, but and I told him what I'd researched, what I happened to know about the subject, endometriosis stuff. And first of all, he was like, wow, you've actually really done your research. I like it when patients do the research. And he was saying, that when you go for your appointment, particularly if it's a chronic illness, chances are you actually know more and understand more about your individual issue than the doctor does. So that was nice to know, because you get that impression sometimes. But then he asked questions and he answered some of my questions in an intelligent way that didn't make me feel like I was a moron for asking them. He researched things. He said, I'm just going to look this up. Is that okay? And stuff like that, which is amazing. And he properly listened and he properly paid attention. There are some doctors who are just like on their computer the whole time. You're just like, dude, you're not actually paying attention. Yeah. So if you have a doctor that's got any of the golden five, that's pretty good. But if you find one with the golden five, ask for them again, because they are rare. They're like gold dust, hence the gold part. And it's just a really good like catalyst to look into and just be like, okay, even if it's challenging still, if they've got the golden five, keep them. Yeah, so I wanted to share that. I don't think I've ever shared it before, but it's one of my things where it's just like, okay, how much of the golden five does this person have? Have they listened? Have they understood? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah. So anyway, as soon as I got home, I rang and made an appointment because I was like, I'm actually going to tell him more of my symptoms and see what he thinks about those ones, because I feel like I'm being gaslit otherwise with other ones. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps some of you, because I think sometimes we can get so overwhelmed with like what the appointment entails that we actually miss a lot of stuff. Particularly, it's the thing of, okay, have they listened? Have they asked me any questions? Have they answered any of my questions? So the gynae that I went to see recently basically just dismissed all my questions as if I was an idiot, which wasn't great, because it turns out some of my questions were actually needing to be asked. But anyway, that is another story. So lots of love and see you. Hopefully I'll be recovered tomorrow for more chatting. Okay, if anybody has any suggestions on how to cope with light sensitivity, please get in touch. I normally put like a jumper over my head because it's just like, oh. Anyway, lots of love and goodbye.